Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to the United Stand. The time is now. The time to deliver is today as Manchester United visit Luton in a must-win game. I hope you're feeling excited. I certainly am. And look, you know, the most important thing is at 6:30 today, Manchester United win this game of football. Everything else that goes on will be part of the story and the pantomime and the play and the theatre. But ultimately, we have to come out with 3 points today. It's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm certainly up for it, looking forward to it, and I hope you are as well. Who'd have thought that Luton away at the start of the season was going to have such a massive impact on our season? And there it is. There's the United lineup for you, as you can see. And Luke Shaw plays. I tweeted this morning. Some people were trying to say it was video footage from last week, which it may well have been, but I had very good information that he was starting and expecting to start, and lo and behold, he is starting, which is what it's all about. So very, very, very pleased about that. And hopefully, we're going to see a very, very, very good game today as Manchester United take on Luton Town in the Premier League with the opportunity to go, of course, 3 points behind Tottenham, which would certainly put us into a very, very good situation, of course. Yeah, look, let us know your thoughts. Are you happy with that team? Are you concerned with how United are lining up? Everything is set up there perfectly as well. Kick off in 25 minutes. Yeah, look, I think that what Manchester United need to do today is go and stamp their authority. I've just seen Rob Edwards, the Luton manager there, quite confident, which he is. And I wish them all the best. I really do, but not today. Today is about belief, and today is about arrogance, and today is about Manchester United putting on a show of authority against a team that should not be able to give us much of a game, really, but probably will do, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is we're a better team than them. We're a better team than Luton. Most teams are better than Luton in this league, but what they've done amazingly well at is getting that crowd up and you know, really giving it a go. They've got Adebayo up front, who can be problematic. Chong is playing. Mengi is playing. We know about these players. They used to play for Manchester United, and you can see that Luton lineup there. I'm not sure whether we are playing in white and they're playing in red. I don't know. Maybe that is the case. Maybe it's not. But there'll be a lot of people believing that Luton can do this. And as we said, looking at that league table, Man United at the moment currently in 6th place, 6 points behind Spurs, but this is our game. They played yesterday. We can be 3 points behind Spurs and 5 points behind Liverpool, behind Aston Villa with a win today. That's it, you know. And I think if at 6:30 tonight we're on the match reaction and we haven't won this game, who knows what football can offer up? It can offer up all sorts of permutations. We've just probably seen the worst tackle of the Premier League season with that Holgate tackle on Matoma. It was absolutely disgusting. And I think that, yeah, I really don't know what we're going to get today. I think it's going to be a physical battle. You've got to be careful about penalties. You've got to be careful about red cards. But what we need to do is just go and express ourselves with the confidence that we should have from the last 3 games. Because if we don't do that, then we've missed the boat. What's the point in winning at Villa and winning at Wolves if you're going to draw at Luton, with all due respect? And that's not to say that a draw at Luton means we need to sack the manager or the players are shit. We've seen it. We've seen Liverpool have to get a stoppage time equaliser against Luton. So look, give us your score predictions. Cristiano says 3-0 to Manchester United. Artin says Man United are going to win 4-1. Santi says we're going to lose. Just watch. Nothing like a bit of positivity, Santi. But no, I think United are past all that. Thanks for the follow, Dylan and Artin as well. A lot of people going with 3-1. Hello, Zach. Hope you're doing well as well. Milton's joined as well. Thank you very much for all those follows. Get involved. We're live for Manchester United against Luton. Dave K, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Get your badge in. Support the channel. Is Luke Shaw back? Says Sebastian. Yes, he is. So the Manchester United team, which I will read out to you. Can you call my mate Gareth a prat? Says Jason Ogden. Well, I just have. You're a prat, Gareth. I don't know the context of it, but apparently you are a prat. But the Manchester United lineup is, of course, Onana in goal. Dalot, Varane, Maguire, Luke Shaw back is the big news. Mainu, Casemiro, Bruno, and Rashford, Højlund, Garnacho. Arguably our strongest team we can put out at the moment without Martinez. In fact, I'd say it is our strongest team without Martinez. There was, I think, look, it's not worth paying any lip service to it. There was a little bit of a chance that Scott McTominay could have started this game, scored the winner against Aston Villa. It's going to be a physical game today. I would not have been shocked if Scott McTominay had started. Two ingredients there, scored a goal, the winning goal, and also it's going to be a physical game. I'm glad he's resisted that temptation because we need to develop Casemiro, Mainu and Bruno if we want to get top four. If we want to beat Manchester City at the Etihad in a couple of weeks, and it is a couple of weeks away, then you've got to do it with Mainu, Casemiro and Bruno. We're not going to the Etihad with McTominay, Casemiro and Bruno and getting a result. So that's why I agree with Ten Hag. He easily could have played McTominay in this game. But I think it's the right thing to do. I really do. Hello, Mark. Who has the highest ceiling, Garnacho or Mainu? I think Mainu is world class, says Jar Bar Drinks. It's a little bit too early to say that with any conviction. I mean, I don't think that we've seen enough of Mainu yet to understand what his ceiling is. There's no doubt he's a talented player and he's very, very exciting. But it's hard to predict what Mainu's going to be. I think you need to see a young player for at least a year before you can do that. Whereas I think with Garnacho, having seen him for the last couple of years, I feel that Garnacho's ceiling is higher than that of Sancho. I think it's higher than that of Rashford. But it doesn't matter how high your ceiling is. It's got to be whether you can touch it. And they've got to grow. So I guess we'll have to just wait and see. Thanks for the follow, Footy. Mason Mount needs to play, says Imi. You're probably the only person saying that, especially because he's injured. Harry Styles is in attendance. There's no chance we lose this one, says Ryan. I don't know who Harry Styles... Well, I know who he is, but I don't know who he supports. And to be honest with you, he's just a glorified Ollie Murs. I couldn't give a toss. As long as the cameras don't cut to him every 5 minutes like they did in the Super Bowl, I'll be a very happy guy. Joe Cole says, Maguire's scoring from a header. Don't nick my thing. I said this on the Goldbridge Saves Football podcast. I've got Maguire to score a header. I tweeted it an hour ago. I said it on the show last night. I'm claiming this prediction that Maguire scores today. And I'm feeling it because... He hasn't scored that many goals in the last 5 years at Man United, has he? But I think this is going to be a physicality game. And I think set pieces could be really important. So I've just got a feeling. I've got a feeling. Did you hear about the Muffin Man? Says, don't mind me. No, I didn't. Malcolm Gill, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. Michael Rizzo says, what are our realistic expectations for us to finish in the table? I'm getting sick of our Arsenal and Liverpool friends waffling. By the way, you're goated, my G, says Michael Rizzo. Thank you very much. Lovely message there. And Joe Dillon says, excited for this one. Expecting a tough game, but fully expecting us to get the win. Top four are looking a lot more realistic, says Joe. 4-1 to United. Højlund with a brace, says Yuri. Look, I'm not getting arrogant here. There's just no point getting arrogant on this one. We have elements of our fan base that were predicting and wanting a Ten Hag sacking 2 weeks ago. And now they're talking about top fours in our hands. I mean, you couldn't get more flip-flop than that. It's ridiculous. Recency bias needs to go in the bin. We need to look at this as a whole, and we need to respect the fact that this has been a very disappointing season for Manchester United, and also that we haven't secured top four yet. We've put ourselves back in the race. The worst thing that can happen in this fan base is for us to fall for the prats who are Ten Hag outers, who are now going to ramp up the expectation in a vain effort to get Ten Hag sacked. They're now going to make out that top four's in our hands, and that if we bottle it, Ten Hag needs to be sacked. I can see it coming a mile off because they can't win their argument of Ten Hag out the way they were trying to do it. They were trying to say he's a bold fraud. They were trying to say the players aren't playing for him. They were trying to say we're boring. All those things have gone out the window. So what they're now going to do is say, if he doesn't get top four, he should be sacked. But we haven't even got in top four yet. We're not even in the top four yet. So we can't have top four in our hands, and we can't bottle top four when we're not actually in top four. He did say top four in their hands, says Ant. No, I didn't. I said it's almost in our hands. What we need to do is go and win the easier games. We've been to Villa, we've been to Wolves, and we've won. and we've given ourselves an opportunity. What we now need to do is go and win today at Luton and next week against Fulham and keep winning games. And then it will be almost in our hands. But it's not in our hands until it's like the title's in Liverpool's hands because Man City aren't above them with the game in hand. So we've got to put it into our hands. We've done a great bit of work. And today is going to be work with a big hard before it. Not on, a big hard. Yeah, love your channel, says Peter. There is something wrong if we don't get a comfortable win against Luton with our best team apart from Martinez. I love that you love the channel, Peter, but I don't think there's something wrong if we don't win today. Newcastle lost here. Liverpool drew here. Man City were, I think, losing or drawing at half-time here. There is something about this Luton ground and team at home against the better teams where they raise it up. And it won't be easy. I will love it if we batter them. You know, I will absolutely love to batter Luton. Nothing would please me more. But we have got to respect the fact that they've been pretty good this season. Hi, Mark. Did you see the video of the City players exiting the team bus yesterday? It's like something at a birthday party. Absolutely dead atmosphere. Dan, I don't know whether this is just some sort of a deep fake audio, but I've seen the genuine footage of when Man City score at the Etihad, and there's a guy in a microphone who stood up and he's in a little box and he goes, "Oh, Kevin De Bruyne," and then the crowd starts singing along with him. Crazy. But I did see something yesterday where there wasn't that many Man City fans there anyway because it was raining, and the Man City bus turns up, and then they've got another guy doing the announcement. Here they come, the treble winners for Pep Guardiola's 450th game in charge. Off the bus comes Jack Grealish. Give him a cheer. And they were just, they're at home to Chelsea and they're getting him off the bus. It's, yeah, I don't know what that's all about. But look, we're here to talk about Man United. Let's not take the piss too much. JKB, thanks for the follow. Who would win a five-a-side using only subs in the Premier League? John, I actually don't care. I really don't know. Ineos backing Ten Hag from Ornstein, says Alvin. I would love this. This is what I want to hear. I saw the interview, actually. It was on American TV that they want to back Ten Hag for now. And it's funny, isn't it? I'm literally saying this on Friday night. We did a show on this on Friday night. And I think I'm not saying the United stand are getting through to Ineos. That would be ridiculous. But I think the message that we were putting out there as a community is reflected within the fan base, that we're encouraged by what's happening with the CEO and we're encouraged by what's happening with the director of football, but we want to see the club now come out and back a manager with some structure. The structure is being put in place. Let's back the manager. Come on, United, says Robert McCormack. If you were watching Countdown to Kickoff, Robert was at the ground with Sam. There you go. Dan John says it was real, Mark. Their club is very manufactured. Thank you very much, Dan. I hope you're not too tired after your activities today. You know the rules. Big up McSauce. Big up Scooby Snacks. Big up 85th minute winner. Happy with the unchanged team. Building familiarity, says Globetrotter. Also, Luton striker has been taken off in the warm-up, says Liam Allen. I don't know whether anyone can confirm whether that's true or not. Belt out one of his songs, Mark, says Aidan. And did you... I'm not singing bloody Harry Styles. Thank you very much for the super chats that are coming in, by the way. You can do that through the $sign and we'll read those out. You know the rules, says Phoenix. Lucas says he's got 100 quid on a 6-1 win for Manchester United. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. What are your thoughts on Arsenal winning today, says Llewellyn, yesterday? It's irrelevant. Look, there's the title race. We're not in it. We will have a say in the title race, though. We've got to play Liverpool, Man City. Have we got to play Arsenal? I think we have got to play Arsenal as well. Anglo-Saxon says, Mark, you must be the hardest working YouTuber. You deserve all your success, mate, says Anglo-Saxon. Well, I don't know about that, but thank you very much for the nice message. Hello, Mark. Let's fucking go, United, says Alex. Let's go. And Keith is expecting a big win to build more momentum today. And Eden says, Adaby out injured in the warm-up. Well, that's a big boost for Manchester United because he's actually a different type of striker for Luton. He's got a bit of mobility, a bit of physicality. So I think that's that's a good thing for Manchester. Well, it's not a good thing for him, but Corley Woodrow comes in for Elijah Adabio, who was pulled up during the warm-up. says Deep Mix Nation. And big up the Rasmus. You know the rules, says Hazza. Thank you very much. If you don't know the rules, you know the rules. I don't know what the rules are. But look, please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner if you're watching on YouTube. We are getting very, very close at this game to 822,000, 1.82. So please do subscribe. We're only 100 away. Bottom right-hand corner. Appreciate that. And also give us a follow if you're watching on TikTok. You're very, very welcome. Thanks everyone who is tuning in there as well. Got both live chats up and running. So there we go. They'll know the rules. They'll know the rules on TikTok because that's where the rules guy lives, isn't it? But get to know the rules if you don't know the rules, says Hugo. Yeah, big up the football, big up the grass, big up the something, big up... I nearly rhymed that. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Thanks for the follow, Thompson and Weers and JG416. Get to know the rules, says that's what Hugo said. Okay, Footy Kings gifted a membership. Anthony's been a member for 12 months. And let's go Man United. Let's get the win, says Rohan. It's a cup final for Luton. It really is. But there are a few myths. I said this in the preview. Their home record isn't actually that great. They're third from bottom in the Premier League for home records. And our away record's getting better, obviously with 2 wins on the road at Molineux and Villa. So yes, Luton are a hard team to beat at home, but they're not like Nottingham Forest last season, who basically survived off home form. And I think that their striker being out of this game in the warm-up really does give Manchester United another boost, but they've already got a massive amount of boost coming into this anyway, haven't they? I haven't had that confirmed that the Luton striker is out, but I will take your word for it. I suppose we'll see in a few minutes when he comes out. Do Luton wear red at home now, says Kenneth? I don't know what that's all about. Apparently Man United are wearing white and Luton are wearing red, but I don't know why that is, because Luton have always been a white kit home team. And United, I suppose we don't have a kit that we can play against them in, really. Unless we just wore red. I don't know why we didn't wear red and they wear white. Sky Sports News has said that Adebayor out for the Luton in the warm-up. That's a big blow for them. It is. Let me just double check that. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, Liam and Rodney. Yeah, it does. It looks like he is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, look. Elijah Adebayor is injured in the warm up for Luton, and you would suspect that he is very injured, because this would be a cup final for them, of course. Yeah. Just looking at some more terrible stats being put out by Sky Sports. I mean, God knows where they pull them from. I mean, they're obviously true, but I don't know what they. I don't know. I'm not talking about it. My dad is Richard Moore, and he smells like an old crab, says Brain. Okay. Yeah, don't know why they're wearing red at home. Luton wear green and purple, says Declan. Kenilworth Road has the best atmosphere in the Premier League because of their promotion story, Mark, says Flum. Okay. Mark, you're looking super handsome today, says Son. Thank you very much. Bad result for you lot yesterday, which is a good result for Manchester United. It's not red, it's orange. The home kit is orange. Why is their home kit orange? I'm not having this. This is a big down for Luton, says Nick. They're wearing orange. It's not red, and it's their home kit. Why are they playing in orange? They've always played in white. Luton have always been a team that wore white. Ricky Hill. Mick Harford, Ashley Grimes, Kingsley Black, Danny Wilson. They've always worn white. Why are they wearing orange? I don't know when did they change it to orange? People are telling me it's orange. I remember the plastic pitch in the late 80s. Luton Town in white with navy blue shorts. When did they change to orange? Why have I not? What is this madness? I didn't even know. Apparently I'm wrong. When did Luton change their kit to orange? This is breaking news. I'm reading this now. Google's going to provide it. It's not always been orange, Dan. Here we go. Supporters of the club are called the Hatters. The club is associated with two very different colour schemes. White and black, first permanently adopted in 1920, and orange, navy and white, first used in 73 and worn by the team as of 2015-16. So it's not always orange. It's not even 10 fucking years orange. Bloody hell. How long is it since you lot dropped out your mum's chuff? Always been orange, Mark. Always been orange. Yeah, or orange since 2015. Yeah, it's not always orange then, is it? Bloody hell. Yeah. I'm gonna read this about. If you're interested in this, I am. I am interested in this. 2004. The future's bright, the future's orange for Luton after fans voted to keep orange as their home shirt colour for next season. Over 4,000 Luton fans voted for what next season's home colour should be, and orange was chosen. Yeah, this was in 2014, probably when they're in non-league football. So there you go. We've all learnt something 6 minutes before kickoff we didn't think we'd be talking about. Nicky Booth, thank you very much. Are you scared of AI replacing you in the United Stand, says Jay? I couldn't give a shit. If AI wants to replace me, I'll retire. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't care. I don't think AI could ever replace me. If AI could replace me, we may as well all disappear. I mean, yeah, if AI is a computer system at the end of the day. If they think they can run somebody like me, I can't even run somebody like me. I don't even know how my brain works, so, you know, they've got no chance. Off topic, I can recall that we used to have collaborative videos with other football channels. Why is that not the case anymore, says Chikorito? Because it's a pain in the arse. A lot of them are knobheads, and yeah, it's a pain in the arse to organise. And actually, they don't know much. They don't seem to know as much about their club as I do, so I just preview it myself. So there we go, honest answer. Waiting for the day Ahmad gets a chance, even just another cameo, says Ryan. Mate, I couldn't give a shit about Ahmad. Don't talk to me about Ahmad. Manchester United are winning 3 games in a row, and I couldn't give a toss about Ahmad at the moment. He will get his chance. If Ten Hag didn't like him, he would have loaned him out. Ahmad will get a chance at some point. Anthony didn't come on against Aston Villa. I mean, it's almost as if people would rather see a half-an-hour cameo from Ahmad and risk losing the game than actually winning it without Ahmad playing. He'll get a chance at some point, but winning's more important. Ghazi says, did you see the Holgate tackle? Bloody hell. Did I see the Holgate tackle? I mean, I don't know. Do you think there was any intent to get the ball? I actually think he may have tried to get the ball, and by missing the ball, it's made it look worse than it was. However, don't jump in yet. Not like Holgate. I think what he tried to do is, and I've seen people do this before, I think he's tried to kick the ball and then follow through and get the player, which is what some dirty people do. They'll kick the ball and then they'll follow through with the kick and take the player. Unfortunately, I think he's so focused on getting the player, he doesn't time the kick on the ball. So what his intention is, if you've not seen it, I mean, the fact that Matoma played on is miraculous because he got him right on the knee. He wants to kick the ball, follow through, and then kick the player. But he misses the ball and just kicks the player. It's a horrible tackle. It's almost... he's almost fused... sound like David Brent with MC Hammer shit. He's almost fused a scissor tackle with a 2-footer. It was disgusting. It's a blue card at most. It wasn't too bad, says Dan John. Could you call my mate Amad Diallo a prat, please, says Hazza. I did see that. Waiting for the day, says Ryan. Off topic, I can reward. Yeah, okay. Mandela, okay. Thank you very much. Screw Harry Styles. Bring in Sean Mills, says Carolina. What are your thoughts on the title race, says Man United 8888. Well, I've just done a video on That's Football today, sort of talking about that. So, yeah, not going to talk about it now. It's all about United. Big up my gran, says Hazza. Loves his gran, Hazza. Big up your gran. Not in that way. And Tim Robinson says, yeah, we've done that one as well. Thank you very much. What time's the game, says Kieran. Well, Kieran, it's the players are on the pitch now, and we've got 3 minutes to go to the start of the game. And Goldbridge has figured out today for the first time that actually, you know what? I've seen Luton play a lot this season, and I just never really figured that their home kit is orange. I didn't. I've seen them playing in that, but you know, I grew up with them being in white, and lo and behold, they don't wear white. So there we go. If you know, you know. Right, I'm ready to go here. I'm ready to go. I've not even told you my score prediction. Get your score predictions in, of course. My score prediction for the game today is I think it's going to be won by 1 goal by Manchester United. I think it's going to be tense. I think it's going to be well fought. I think the crowd are going to be up for it. And I'm going to go with a Man United 2-1 win. That's my scoreline. That's what I'm going for. I would love it if we won 6-0. I think I deserve it as well. But, yeah, I think it will be tight. Of course, Adebayo for Luton is injured in the warm-up, so they've brought Woodrow in. Don't know anything about him. If you do, well done. I don't. And I think it's going to be... you know, this is like a traditional cup game, this is. In the sense that they're going to be mad up for it. Obviously, they're in the Premier League. Obviously, they're going to give it their best shot. But... yeah, I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see how it pans out. But we, you know, Rashford, we'd lovely to see Rashford get a goal. I've got Garnacho in the FPL. Maybe Rasmus as well. That'd be quite nice. But look, at the end of the day, I don't care if it goes in off the referee's arse as long as we win. Keep those Ten Hag outers quiet. They'll be gutted, won't they? They'll be absolutely gutted about what's happened with Ornstein coming out saying that they want to back the manager, which is great news, of course. Yeah, but really, really excited for this one. I'm just trying to sort my timer out here. Yeah, that should be ready. There he is, Kobe Mainu. Rasmus, of course, has got a great opportunity to go and break a record again. 6 goals in a row. I've got my timer ready now. Well, lovely. We're ready to go here. Back of the net. Luton. I don't like the camera at Luton. Yeah, hate your camera. But I love the ground. Old-fashioned. Atmosphere. This is what it's all about. Feels like a cup game. And we're up and running. Up we go. Away the lads. That's what Newcastle say. Away the lads. Away the lads. Why didn't United just play in the green kit? I don't know. I suppose the contrast between orange and white's the best, and that's what you want, isn't it? You don't want a kit clash. Mark, this Ahmad obsession is clearly Ten Hag outers. If it's not him, it would be someone else. It's just a stick to beat Ten Hag with, says James. Oz Mason, thanks for your super chat. Big up United and big up Mark, says the troll. And Mandy says, these Ten Hag... Oh, my God! 1-0! Rasmus! 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 Sorry to shop you up, Mandy, but I think you'll be happy. 1-0 inside 1 minute. It's Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus! 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 I didn't even see who created it. I was too busy reading Mandy's chat, which we will come back to. But within the first 60 seconds, Spurs are crying, Manchester United are flying, and Rasmus is absolutely sitting down everybody. It's a bad pack. Oh, my God. I mean, Luton. Oh, the fortress of Luton. The fortress of Luton. It's more like a bloody sandcastle. This is a gift at the back. Defender tries to go back to the keeper. Passes it to Rasmus. He's through one-on-one. Round the keeper. Into the back of the net. Left foot. Well, fortress my arse. Fortress my arse. I've seen better defences on a beach. Oh, absolutely brilliant start for Manchester United. Easy. I'm getting too carried away. It's too early. Too early for that. But we've had an absolute gift here at Luton. And yeah, that's a great start for United. Confidence. Rasmus scoring again, of course. But yeah, long way to go. But they've given us... They may as well have... You know what Luton may as well have done? I don't want to laugh, but I'm going to. Luton may as well have said to Man United at the start of the game, you can have a 1-0 start, because that is incredible. Big up United and big up Marks as the troll. Anyway, Mandy was saying, these Ten Hag outers are like hemorrhoids. Come out in bunches and a pain in the arse. Should be careful what they wish for. Ashworth loves Southgate and he will be available in the summer. Thanks very much for that, Mandy. Well, you got the biggest shout out, Mandy, because you caught us with the goal. And United leading 1-0 here. Rasmus there. And, I mean, look, the defending was terrible by Luton. I thought Brentford defended badly yesterday, but Luton have taken the hobnob there, or should I say the biscuit. That defending belongs in a museum. It was static, and it stinks. Well, we've got, this is United under Ten Hag, isn't it? This is what we're all about. Lovely play by Mainu. This is what we're all about now. Corner to United. Maguire, here you go. I told you. Bell, I think Bell made the mistake. Was it Bell who made the mistake? Some might say Bell End. But I think he made the mistake. And I'm sure if he did, Luton fans will be saying, what a Bell End. But I don't know whether it was him, actually. Who got the assist, says FN. Bell for Luton. It won't be an assist. Corner, Luke Shaw. Casemiro, oh, he's flying around. United trying to put this game to bed early on. Mandy, keep the comments coming. Comedy gold luck charge. Coming good luck charm, says Dakota. Nick P says, I predict we're going to score four goals. We're in that mood and on a roll. No reason to go into this confidently unless you're living in the short-term pass, says Nick P. 2! No! Rashford with a shot. Keeper with a reaction save. Luton are all over the place here. They're like a plastic bag in the wind. Well, actually, that takes on another meaning, because I don't think plastic bags even exist anymore. Which is a bit like Luton in the Premier League come the summer. But got to turn the screw, says Ricardo. Yes, I would liken this to United. I mean, basically, it's don't give any sympathy. Just keep pushing, and it's another corner for United. They're like a rampant rabbit here. They're absolutely buzzing, having a great time. Corner to United. Big up, Mark. You know the rule, says Abs. I have predicted a Harry Maguire goal. Bruno, not from that. Need to get more height on that. But, of course, you know, one of the positives with the United as well at the moment is no Champions League football, no European football at all. For the first time in the Ten Hag era, really, we're having this period of break in the weeks, aren't we? He's giving them a Friday off. Dale says, calm down, Mark, it's early. I can't calm down. I can't calm down. You know, if you are a Ten Hag inner like me, then it's that arrogance that comes with justification, isn't it? Beat Luton today, beat Fulham next week, and Bruno, good recovering defensive there, and corner given. Am I dumb, or are we playing well and entertaining, says Bjorn. We're playing well and entertaining. You're not dumb, Bjorn. You're not done. It's only Luton, says Ryan. Yeah, we love all that. We love all that. Same people saying that Luton were going to get a result. Need to get the second goal quickly. Corner again. 3 corners for United in no time. 2-0! 2-0! Garnacho with the volley. I don't know whether it's gone in or not. It has gone in. This is rampant by Manchester United. I told you they were like a rampant rabbit. They're buzzing and they're delivering happiness and joy and pure passion. The rampant rabbits of Manchester United. 2-0 up. If you know, you know. You know the rules. Big up the rampant rabbit. Big up United. Big up Garnacho. And big up Rasmus. Shot from Garnacho. He's miles onside. Yeah, it's a goal. It's 2 for Rasmus. It's 2-0. Absolutely battering them. Absolutely battering them. And I've just said a lovely tweet. And look, that's reactionary by Rasmus. That will be an assist by Garnacho as well. Garnacho hits it. It's going wide. And Rasmus just goes that with his chest. The best chest work I've seen since Baywatch. Just did that. Absolutely brilliant. Absolute reactions by Rasmus. Garnacho hits it. It's probably going wide. Chest work like that. I tell you what. With chest work like that in the 80s, he'd have been on page 3 of The Sun. And thank God that doesn't exist anymore. Sexist filth. But I'm just saying, if the 80s were alive, he'd be on page 3. Brilliant stuff. 3-0 to United. 2-0 to United. This could be a cricket score. Who's been this excited in the first 8 minutes of a Man United game for years? Absolutely out of the traps. Like Usain Bolt in a Ferrari. Unbelievable stuff. Oh, what's all this about Luton being hard? Oh, Luton this, Luton that. Luton are so good. Oh, their crowd's amazing. Oh, one of the toughest places to go in the Premier League. Oh, they're so tough. Oh, they're so hard-working. Oh, they're so this, they're so that. Oh, my God. Well, there's a long way to go. Let's not get too excited, but... it's like chewing a It's like chewing a milkshake. That's how tough it is. Better than David Luiz, says Ty. Got Rasmus and Garnacho in my FPL. What a day, says Liam. Rasmus, says Tusher. Get his time to get the goal difference up. Won't be the only thing going up later, says Dan John. Oh, the Rampant Rabbit, says Daryl Street. I've just realized, you know what, Rampant Rabbit, I sort of have realised what I'm saying. I was just getting excited. Is that 7 goals in 7 games now, says Patch? I think it is. And am I dumb? Or we've done that one from Bjorn as well. That is some chest direction by Rasmus. Can we just appreciate the fast reaction skills, says Nick P. Rasmus hat-trick incoming, says Wesley. Basically, ever since he did the interview with the United Stance, he hasn't stopped scoring. Here's Rashford. Shoots wide. Actually, probably should have passed there. Could have been 3-0 up. I think he's got every right to shoot here, Rashford, but he's never going to pass. And I think he probably should have passed there. But he's going for confidence, isn't he? Paul Everton, who is an Everton fan, says, definitely need your boys to win to help us out. Big game for Everton tomorrow against Palace. We need the sun to go down here. It's a bit annoying in that top right-hand corner, isn't it? Right across the camera. But look, 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. If Luton were to get 1 back, then, you know, 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. Good header away by Maguire. Thanks for the super chats that are coming in. Appreciate that. United 2-0 up here in the first 10 minutes. A defensive error letting Rasmus in one-on-one in the first 60 seconds. And then a few minutes later, another corner from United. I mean, we've already had 3. It was the 3rd corner. And Garnacho on the edge of the box hits it. It's going just wide, I think. But Rasmus adjusts his chest. And... like go gadget boobs. He just grew some chest and then directed it in. And 2-0. Our set piece coach has woken up, says Oriano. Other than Martinez, this is our strongest team, says Lee. Can the United Stand interview the rest of the team, says Alexander. 15-minute hat-trick, anyone, says Mech. Rasmus hat-trick incoming, says Wesley. Look, no word of a lie. We interviewed Rasmus on the Tuesday. We played Wolves on the Thursday, scored. We played West Ham on the Saturday, scored. We played Villa, scored. And then Luton scored. So 4 Premier League games since we interviewed Rasmus, and he scored 5 goals. All I did is give him a fist pump. Mark, don't calm down. Enjoy it. We deserve it. I am enjoying it, Mark. I'm enjoying it for many reasons. Ten Hag haters, they know who they are. They've got nowhere to go. They've outed themselves. Ten Hag outers have outed themselves as fucking clueless. Oh, I know the game. I know the game. I'm telling you now. The bold fraud. You're talking out your arse. You don't know football. You've been absolutely annihilated. United are going somewhere, and they're going there with Ten Hag at the wheel. Get on board or go and support Man City. This is lovely play. Manu should have played that quicker. Garnacho was in, but doesn't need to because he's got skills. Back into Garnacho. He's going to shoot from distance. Probably a bit greedy. Now, this is where Bruno needs to grab hold of this team. Because we were 2-0 up at Newport, playing well. And Bruno said this. 2-0 up against, I'm going to say this now, and this is analysis for you. eFootball, Man United, thank you very much for giving us a follow. C Gup as well. 2-0 up against Newport. Playing really well. And then what did Bruno say? People started playing for themselves. They wanted the goal. And we lost control of the game. Since going 2-0 up, Rashford's had a shot when he shouldn't have done. And Garnacho's had a shot when he shouldn't have done. Old habits need to die. Not hard. 2-0. 2-1. I literally was just saying that. Fuck off. Literally was just saying that. We're 2-0 up. People start shooting for themselves and then 2-1. Absolute twats. Absolute fucking twats. Why is it we can see what's going to happen before it fucking happens? We're 2-0 up. Rashford should have played in Rasmus for a third one. Garnacho could have played in Rasmus for a third one. They both start shooting from stupid angles because they want a bit of fucking glory. And now it's 2-1. It pisses me off. It really pisses me off. Same thing happened against Newport. We're playing really well as a team. 2-0 and then the switch goes with our wingers. I want to start scoring goals. I want my moment. Fucking kill the game off first. We'll never be a good team until we stop fucking about with stupid chances when we should be playing the extra pass. At 2-0, we had at least 3 opportunities to get the third goal, and people start shooting. Fretboard, thank you. Welcome to Members Club. Eric says you jinxed it. I didn't jinx it. I was talking about the problem before it bloody happened. That's not a jinx, mate. We've had 36% possession, says Umzi. Anglo-Saxon says you called it. Keep the quality, lads. Play for the team. We all score more. Exactly, SK. Spurs away and improve Chelsea next week, says Ryan. They're not because it's the Carabao Cup. I'm vying for a promotion at my job. Can I have an interview with the United Stand, says Sean Andrew. Rasmus is after Vardy's record, says Mr. Cheetah, which is, was it 12 games in a row he scored or something like that? Lucas says, remember when people were already declaring Rasmus was a flop? Rasmus is the future of this club, mark my words. He'll be the best player in the world, says Lucas. Connor says, the Luton really want to play Liverpool on Wednesday looking like this. And Xander says, I'm dreaming. Come on, United. Avier G, welcome to Members Club. Looks like it's easy tonight. Much love from Dallas, says Javier. Well, it should have been. It's the age-old problem for United, and we all know it. Our wingers get selfish, and it causes problems. This is why we need a winger like Elise or Neto or somebody that can actually just think about passing the bloody ball. Hi, Callum. That's from Cool Kid. What do you think about the goal, Mark? I think it's been a fast-paced game, but I'd have to see it again at half-time. I don't know. What do we think about the goal? I mean, all I really saw was Anana coming out to try and close it down. I wasn't paying a lot of attention because I was still thinking about the wasted chance that we'd had with Garnacho. I don't like selfish wingers. I really do not like selfish wingers. It's the one thing I'll say about Liverpool and Man City and Arsenal is that they play the extra pass. Mark, like you say, we have to live in amber, appreciate how well we're playing, scoring, but we're still developing and need to make the extra pass, says Daniel Luciano. I want 6. Let's bury this team, says United AV. Dino, I don't live in Nottingham. I haven't lived in Nottingham for about 25 years, mate. So you've written War and Peace for absolutely no reason. Don't be like Dino. He hasn't got a bloody clue. Rizwan and Noel, thank you very much for following. Ray says, I wish we'd stop hitting the long ball. And Arna decides to do jumping jacks mid-game now, says Joe Barnes. 2-0 can be 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline away from home because the home team gets 1 goal and then you go. We need to start talking about a new goalkeeper. He's garbage, says Kevin. And we need to learn that 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline, says 8baller. It really is a dangerous scoreline. You're absolutely correct. Here's Bruno. Maguire into Rasmus. Gareth Davies, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. I'll tell you what, though, it's got the potential to be a really good game goals-wise, hasn't it? Here's Garnacho. It's got to get that to Bruno there. Got to get that to Bruno. I mean, the chances we've had to get the 3rd goal, really, is silly. I think Luke Shaw might get booked here. Did step in front of him. Can you call John Martin a prat? And Nils says, former strikers as wingers creates greedy wingers. I think this probably is a yellow card for Luke Shaw. Yeah. Sort of stands in front of him, doesn't he? Dawid says, we're playing too hectic. I know what you mean. It is a fast-paced game. Please do subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Bottom right-hand corner. We're only about 50 away from... I forgot. Be good if I checked. I forgot. Yeah, we're only 50 subscribers away from 822,000. So please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Darren says we're shit. I don't think we're shit. I think we've had a very good start here. To be 2-0 up after 10 minutes away to Luton is a very good start. The problem is we then go into selfish mode. And it was literally 2-0. And I said, this reminds me of Newport. Really good start in the cup. 2-0 up. And then our wingers, who on that day I think was Anthony as well, just start shooting from everywhere. Rashford didn't play that game. It was Anthony and Garnacho. And we stopped playing the final pass. Here is Delo. Come on, get the 3rd goal. Get a bit more breathing space. Oh, you've got to take care with the pass. Bruno's going to get furious here. Rashford is given the free kick. It was Mainu, not Rashford. Could be another high-scoring game, says PC Master. The funny thing is, Rasmus has got another 2 goals, hasn't he? Where's the assist? Garnacho's assist is a shot, and his first goal is a back pass. So, again, Rasmus has got 2 goals, and we'll all start falling into the trap of, oh, Rasmus, which is great that he's scoring, but where's the actual service? Neither of those goals are service goals. And this is the same again. They're still not looking for that fucking pass in the final third. Garnacho gets studs to his foot and there's nothing, but a player runs into Shaw and he gets booked for it. Premier League officiating is dreadful, says Dan V. We're doing that thing we play, super direct long ball. We need to calm it down and control it again. And I hope Bruno sees they're being hectic, says SK. Keifel says, what is Anana's purpose? Credit to youth chances, but Eric Ten Hag complaining of FFP constraints is rich, as we wasted half of our budget on Anthony Mount and Onana. Again, Rashford pulls out of a challenge. Should be a stat of the amount of challenges he pulls out from, says Jay. And again, says Dr. Sam Lee, we go ahead and instead of killing the game off and controlling it, we bloody concede. This United team is bad for my heart. And Nishal says, our wingers should be working to get Højlund his hat-trick. All of a sudden, it's giving Newport vibes, says Hazard. And Reza says, so you call out Garnacho for being selfish, but not Rashford. Starboy can't get criticised. Can somebody just answer that? I can't be bothered with this player FC shit. I really can't. I literally said it about 3 times anyway, and for the 4th time, at 2-0, Rashford runs through the middle. Both Harry Maguire and Rasmus are on the left-hand side unmarked. All he's got to do is square it to the left, and he takes a shot. His was probably worse than the Garnacho one, to be honest. So they're both culpable of doing the same thing again, which is not providing service to a striker. Uhtred says, I like Rashford, but I'd cash in. And Anana's become the abbreviation for doing my misses up the stink hole, says Maisie. Some people enjoy that, though. So I don't know what the point is, Maisie. Filth, absolute filth. But, yeah, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Apparently some people like it, including your misses. Thanks for the follow, Millen and Isa and WAFC and Alex and Theo. Thank you very much. Could Luke Shaw get a red? Well, anybody could get a red. Looks a little bit rusty, Luke Shaw, doesn't he? Good tackle, Casemiro. Should have played the pass. Good play, the low. Good play here. Here's Garnacho into the low. Just need to keep the ball a bit. See that ball by Casemiro there, it's too forced. As many of you have said in the chat, it's too hectic. Doesn't need to be this hectic. The game's wide open. We've done the hard work. We've put ourselves in front against Luton. They've got to open up. Did you see the red in the last Brighton game? It was awful, says Joe. Oh, it was filth. Absolute filth. Should have had its own category on YouPorn Hardcore. It was disgusting. Mac, thank you very much. Mac James, thank you very much. Welcome to Members Club. Kobe plays like a younger and hungry Pogba. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I don't get the Mainu and Pogba comparison at all. I don't think he's anything like Pogba, in my opinion. Brad, thanks for the follow. Wow, what a 25 minutes though. What a 25 minutes. It's gone off like a bottle of pop, hasn't it? And Joshua says, how can I sponsor you with my local business? I don't know, mate. I don't handle any of that sort of stuff. Bruno has really fell off lately. Poor bloke, just needs to keep it simple, says James. If you knew before what Ineos would do, often it preferred Ineos with Barada and Ashworth or Qatar with Beckham and Ferdinand, says Mike Thomas. Yeah, but if Qatar were going to get Rio Ferdinand involved, I would have always wanted the Glazers to stay. You know, there was never any hint that Qatar were getting Rio Ferdinand involved. There was talk with Beckham, but no one's going to want Rio involved in running United. I mean, bloody hell, he flip-flops more than the weather. So it's unfair to associate that with Qatar, really. Look, we've got what we've got. The Glazers are still here. We just got to hope it works. This team's always going to concede goals, though. My score prediction was 2-1, wasn't it? But we're always going to concede goals. Brian says, if Ten Hag wins the FA Cup, is it fair to say he deserves another 2 years? I'm a Ten Hag fan. I don't think he deserves 2 years. I think he deserves next season. I don't know about 2 years. Maisie, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. On Bruno Fernandes, I think on the we do player ratings at the end of the game, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. And I think in the last 3 or 4 games, he's got around 6, which is average. So, you know, we've seen some good performances from Casemiro and Luke Shaw and Maguire and Varane and obviously Rasmus, Garnacho, Mainu. But we haven't seen that performance from Bruno yet. Here he is. He's got a 3v2. And that's not the best pass, but Garnacho keeps it in. He needs to find a pass himself here, Garnacho. Rasmus does well. Nearly took a penalty. Need the next goal in this game. What's this referee on? What's he on? Go and have a pint of Horlicks, you boring bastard. What is he on here? What foul's he talking about? What is he on? Kai gifted 5 memberships. Don't know what the referee's doing here. Kai, you're a legend. Thank you. Love from New Zealand. Let's get the win, United, says Leon. Thanks, Leon. Early days, but Mainu more like smaller Yaya Toure. It reminds me, look, I think that Kobe Mainu reminds me of Kobe Mainu, but the one player that he has some sort of similarity to because of his height, his dexterity, his balance, he can dribble and he can tackle, is Jack Wilshere, who, to be fair, a lot of people take the piss out of Jack Wilshere, but when he came through, a lot of people thought he was going to be one of England's best ever midfielders because he could take people on, he could tackle. That's the one player I think he reminds me of a little bit, but I think he's got very, very distinctive skill sets of his own. This is ref is taking the piss, Mark, says Shawin. What's wrong with Bruno? A lot of people talking about Bruno in the chat. It's 2-1 at the moment. Luton have not scored. Jamie Tarry says Mainu reminds him of Kanye. I think he means Kante, unless he's heard him singing, in which case I can't confirm. That's a foul on Maguire. SK says, previous comment, I'm not blaming Bruno. I just hope Bruno Gomes see the need to get control back in the game. Oh my God, what's happened here? Good block by Varane. I don't know what's wrong with Maguire. He might be in trouble here. Maguire, well, no, he plays a silly pass to Mainu, and it could have been, could have led to a goal. Good block by Varane. I just don't think Maguire's quite right here. It looked like a bad tackle on Maguire as well. He's caught him. He's hurt. Did he book him for that? Kobe is the new Claude Makelele, says Fred. Let's watch out for a corner here because we know what Onana's like at corners. Heads it wide. I hate the fact that our striker looks for the pass and wingers. Goals today are still moments rather than good plays, says Waleed. Chong is having a good game so far. Casemiro and Mainu would do well to keep eyes on him. Bruno's been the worst player on the pitch 5th game in a row, says James C. Mark, name a player for an edit, says Mally. Does it have to be a United one? I'm going to give you a United one. I'm going to say do Casemiro. What's your thoughts on Villa, says Tinker Bell? I thought it was a very good result for them yesterday. If you'd have said to me that Spurs or Villa were going to lose a game, I would have said it would be Villa at Fulham, but they did well. Shout out to David and Akina, says Nizim. And Onana doesn't attack the ball with his hands. His whole strategy is to try and be in the way of the shot, says Alex. Perfect game for the Terminator, says Sejoy. I do think McTominay could be important in the last stages of this game if it's close. Yeah. Right, I'm going to have a stretch here. Well, in Maguire. No, he's giving a foul. One day this chair will fly backwards and I'll bang my head on that and I'll be knocked out. Which sounds a bit grim, actually. Hopefully it won't happen. Leo, thanks for the super chat there. Well, I'll say it again. Rasmus actually hasn't had a chance created for him yet. He's got 2 goals. He hasn't had a chance created for him. They're self-created chances after half an hour. And you've got to be wise to that. Honestly, Kobe kind of reminds me of Carrick, says Bob. God, he's Michael Carrick, he's Makelele, he's Jack Wilshere, he's Paul Pogba. The guy's going to be a genius. Get Rashford off and Wayne Rooney on, says Constantine. Appreciate the super chats. I can do, if you do it through the $, I'll read those out. And Golo Kanye, says Javier. What's your thoughts on Watford? Shout out Neil Smith, says Nick. Good interception by Delo. I don't know. I've not really been keeping an eye on the Championship. They're winning all the headers in our box, says Anil. And mainly reminds me of Modric, says Leo. Another one. Add another one in, Leo. Michael Haynes, welcome to the Mumbers Club. Brenno's been horrible for weeks, says Premium. And really tired of number 5 in this team. Mark sacked the double agent already. Still can't say his name. Says, oh, I need to sort that. I'm going to write that down to do. It needs sorting out. Oh, that's going to be a yellow card for Casemiro. Here we go again. Every game. If they score, McSauce will save us. Don't worry, says Hazard. Was it a yellow card? I think it probably was, to be fair, that one. But I would say this ref is crap, really crap. Have we had a booking for Luton? Yeah, he booked their striker. This ref is crap. He's rubbish. Absolute shite again. Well, 10 minutes to go to half time. Mainly was Gerrard, Lampard and Scholes combined, says Jared. Back to counter-attacking, says Tusher. Terence is a long-time follower. And remember, Luton did lose Adebayo before the start of the game. Long-time follower. Wife and I are flying in from Texas for our first game in person next week. Hope to see United stand there, says Terence. Well, hopefully if we get this win, beat Fulham next week, that would be Ten Hag Manager of the Month with 5 wins in 5. Although Arteta's probably done the same, hasn't he? So maybe not. If they score, McSauce will save us. Don't worry, says Hazard. Joshua says he's going to give me a free car valet from Ice Clean. Okay, Joshua. Sounds good. I thought that was Scott McTominay then. That's how bad the camera is here. Maguire's been spun again. I don't think he's quite fit, Maguire. Casemiro can't commit that time because it would have been a second yellow. Rashford tracks back. Gives it into Rasmus. Tidy again. Garnacho loses it though. Shot wide by Luton. Who's going to have a better career, Chong or Hannibal, says Nick. Well, Chong's having a better career at the moment, playing in the Premier League. And if they got relegated, I think a lot of clubs would look at him. Kobe Labil Modric, says SK. And Cold Logic says, why does no one know we can't afford to play Ahmad? And Fairway 5 says, probably won't happen, but Bruno could do with missing a game. One of the most played players in Europe. You know what, Fairway 5? With Bruno Fernandes, if Mason Mount was actually fit, it wouldn't be a bad substitution to make. Fred says, statistically, Erik Ten Hag is our best coach ever. Thanks for the follow, Judy McBooty. Can we just keep the ball? Bruno off, Ericsson on, says Nicholas. Hi, Mark. I'm Albanian, and Mainu reminds me of Xavi, says Mazza. Thanks for the follow, Kieran and Cheeky Hip and Bew and Reese and Jack and Isaac and Babatunde and Jack as well and Grav. Appreciate that. And Richard says, Mainu is himself. Stop comparing him. Here, here, man. Here, here. We keep losing the ball in midfield and giving them opportunities, says Darry. Yeah, we need a... I'd like to have, you know, like Man City do and Arsenal do. I'd like to have a period of just a couple of minutes of possession. Exactly. Why can't we just string a few passes together, says Sab. I mean, that ball by Rashford nearly is a good ball, but he's doing it blindly. Who will have the better Premier League legacy, Vardy or Kane, says Ice Cream. Kane. Chong. Good tackle, Varane. Yeah. Oh, passing again is just a little bit off. Oh, Casemiro could be going here. Luton are pushing for it. Nah, it's not a second yellow, that. That's not a second yellow. He's on his last chance, but I don't think that should be a second yellow. Mainu reminds me of Mainu, Mark. What a player, says Leon. You know what? In a different game, he could have had 2 yellows here. Casemiro's having a shout at someone here. I think it's Garnacho. Mainu reminds me of Petr Cech. More things to worry about than this at the moment, Damien. Lack of control, possession is a real concern. Until we sort this out, expect basic basketball games. And Casemiro gets more bookings than Taylor Swift, says Akash. But that's a bad pass. Ian Lambert says, first time watching, I've turned the TV commentary off. I love that. I love that, Ian. Thank you very much. We've been building this up over years, and a lot of people say that, which is always a good positive for the community. Big shout out the community. Big up the community. Big up the football. Big up the kits. Big up the grass. Big up the weather. Big up the fans. You know the rules. Rashid says, it's very weird. Whenever Bruno doesn't start, we see the difference that the team is missing something, says Rashid. Yeah. Mainu reminds me of Pele, says Mid. And I think Mino has the qualities of an Ander Herrera. Can throw in a tackle and isn't too bad going forward either. We've been so bad. Been so bad since being 2-0 up. It reminds me of the Villa game. We were good before that at 1-0, and then we just seem to lose our way sometimes. I just wonder whether Ten Hag's going to take Casemiro off. Good play. Good play. Luke Shaw can't get that, but Rashford will get that. Come on, where's the pass? Oh, passing's been really bad. 42 minutes nearly. Casemiro can't put a tackle in. Maguire, he'll be booked for that. Free kick on the edge of the box. We're gonna get a sending off here. think it's time for Amrabat, says Mello. I haven't looked at United's bench, actually. There's not a lot you can say about Maguire. He's been turned a few times this game. They've got some genuine pace in their attack, haven't they? And it's problematic. Yeah, Binder, Lindelof, Amrabat, Eriksson, Diallo, Anthony, Evans, McTominay, Forson. If I'm bringing anybody on, I'm bringing Amrabat on for Casemiro. I'm not bringing Scott McTominay on in that position. Mark, I sent a chat last week about Casemiro bookings. It's not good enough. Every single game, he turns himself into a risk. He's slow or just bad. I don't think he's slow. I just think he's physical. And he got away with it for most of his career in playing for Madrid because it's, you know what it's like, Real Madrid. You know. Bruno should be dictating a slower, more possession-based game when we're winning against a bad team. Why is he rushing it, says Diego. In current form, Scott is a better choice than Bruno, says United. Well, this is a dangerous free kick position for Luton. Proper in-game management by the manager would be removing Casemiro for Amrabat before the inevitable, says Humphrey. This is going to go round the wall from Barkley, and if Onana doesn't fucking know it, he's a twat. I would like to see Onana. Oh, good block by the wall. Garnacho reminds me of a young Ronaldo. He was greedy at first, but good leaders around him helped. Bruno is not a worthy captain. His attitude is bad, says Gareth. And we have to do a much better job of keeping possession off the ball, but our defence in bad situations, says Jev Evans. And it was only a couple of weeks ago that the entire media was having a go at Rasmus. I hope you feel vindicated, Mark, says Parker. Well, I don't think we've... You know what? Here's a hot take for you. We're 2-1 up. We were 2-0 up after 10 minutes, but both goals were somewhat fortuitous. The second goal is a deflected volley, and the first goal is a terrible back pass. Where are all the chances? Same old story. Sleepwalking into a bad result. Here's Rashford. He's got to pass. He's got to pass. I swear the Luton manager has told these players to get Casemiro on a yellow so he has to play differently or get subbed. It seems part of their game plan, says Nate. And we need to substitute everyone who's on a yellow. I can see a red coming in and we lose the match, says Tusha. Number 5 to United is the greatest con of all time, says Obam. Would you ever do a GAA watch-along, says Careful Now? Probably not. And our passing is like your FC career mode passing, says Billy. What? Good? Rashford's just gone down in the box here. Well, we're nearly at half-time. 4 minutes added on. And Sterling says there's 100% going to be a red card in this game. I think Rashford just got a hand to the face. I mean, you're never getting a penalty for that. I don't think anybody really was even asking for a penalty for that. He just caught him in the face. I've got no idea why the word Maguire has been blocked from our live chat, but I'm about to solve it because I forget every week. Was it JK? Yeah. Yeah. Maguire was blocked and it's back now. Jesus Christ, they nearly just scored. Right, you should be able to say the word Maguire now in the chat. Yeah, Reptile Love, it's there. Thank you very much. Even on that shot, I think Onana's positioning is shit. Lindelof's coming on. Luke Shaw, oh, fucking hell. Disaster. Absolute disaster. You know what? I've got to ask the question that everybody's going to ask. What the fuck is going on with our fitness department? He went off at half-time against Villa. Why is he playing if he's not fit? Why are we taking risks? Here's Garnacho. Reverse pass. Rasmus into the box. Oh, he's not got hold of it. If Maguire is blocked, can we just use Slabhead instead? No, it's back now, Perk. You can use the word Maguire. He's back. This is... you know what? This game has flipped around to what I thought it was going to be. I thought this game was going to be exactly what it is now. Tight. But at 2-0, we could have just took the game away from Luton. And we've now turned it into a game. We can't control the match against Luton. How long is Erik ten Hag going to survive on individual brilliance, says Casper. Rasmus, says official Benjamin. And Rashford needs more tequila, says Constantine. Thank you very much for your super chats. And thanks for the follow, Sasko and Carl and Jay and Tony. We're into the 3rd minute of added time here. There's going to be 4. Oh, it's never easy. We did beat Wolves. We needed a last-minute winner. We did meet Villa. We needed a late winner. We battered West Ham. Delo, hit it. Oh, back heel, back heel. Hit it, Garnacho. Oh, he's blocked it. He wants a handball. No chance. Didn't see it. Didn't see a hand there. Just need that 3rd goal. Jim says, I've seen the script. We're going to lose. What's happened to Wan-Bissaka? Are you doing a WrestleMania watch-along? Says Mod. I wasn't planning on it. I personally want to sell McTominay this summer, but for once agree he should have started today. Feels like game would have been better with him in it, says Daniel Rubio. And referee's not blown here. He's gone 4.5 minutes, which is odd. Yusuf says the whole team's been crap. That's half-time. This is why I never get too happy with this team. You never know. I want to be happy when you were happy, but I had a feeling, says Mr. Carillo. Well, I'm glad I was happy when I was happy. I'm not going to apologise for that. We were 2-0 up after 10 minutes, and I was happy because I was like, we were absolutely all over them. And I think that, you know, with all due respect to Luton, they're not going to down tools. That would be naive to think that. But there's a couple of things I would say straight away before we get into your thoughts. And thanks for the follow, user 30293. But there's 2 things that jump out at me. First of all, neither of the goals were created. They were both mistakes. Garnacho's was the second goal where he was volleying it wide and Rasmus adapted. The first goal was a bad back pass. So neither of the goals were created goals. They're not a Bruno assist. They're not a Rashford or a Garnacho assist or a cross from Luke Shaw or Delo. So we're 2-0 up after 10 minutes. And really, what should be happening in that team is we've had 3 corners in the first 5 minutes. We're 2-0 up. Both goals a little bit lucky. And if I'm getting my message across to that team, I'm like, mentality. Keep doing what we're doing. Keep creating the chances. Keep creating the corners, sorry. Keep the pressure on. We then get Rashford running through the middle and shooting when he's got Maguire and Rasmus unmarked on his left. And then we get Garnacho cutting inside with options and shooting. And I'm like, this is like Newport all over again. We got 2-0 up against Newport and then our wingers start wanting a goal. We're playing Luton in the Premier League to try and get in a top 4 race. This is not training on a Friday morning trying to score worldies. We should be more disciplined than this. And at 2-0, in those situations, if Garnacho and Rashford pass, maybe we get the 3rd goal and it's over. They go up the other end, score a scrappy goal. It's 2-1. We're now fighting to try and win this game. And until United sort that mentality out, of creating chances for the team instead of being an individual, we will struggle because we should have this game out of sight. When you're 2-0 up after 10 minutes, you should game manage that. We've been too hectic. We've misplaced loads of passes. Casemiro could have been sent off. Maguire's on a yellow card. Luke Shaw's gone off injured. We can't string 2 passes together. And now in the second half, they're going to come for us. And we've only got ourselves to blame because at 2-0 up, you should be able to game manage that a lot better. I mean, I look at the possession. They've had 59% possession. They've had 11 shots to our 8. We've had more corners. We're playing counter-attacking football against Luton Town. I never thought I would see the day where Luton have got 60% possession against Manchester United. So we are not getting hold of the ball here. We are not game managing this game. We've been very, very disciplined. And I think that we probably need to make some changes at half time because if we don't, we're going to be scrapping this game out all second half. Shaw also had a yellow with Casemiro and Harry, says Sebastian. Yeah, but he went straight down the tunnel. That was an injury. Casemiro halfway line shot as well, says Narnbread. Sean says, are we allowed to criticise channel favourites Shaw and Casemiro, or is it just Rashford's fault again? Sean, grow the fuck up. I mean, seriously, we've been doing this for, coming up for 10 years. It's, in the main, always been quite constructive conversation. I said a few weeks ago, I can't be arsed with Player FC. If you want to go and suck Rashford off, that's absolutely fine. But look, at the end of the day, Rashford made one mistake. He should have passed to Højlund and Maguire. Garnacho made a mistake. He should have passed instead of shooting. Casemiro's looked way off the pace again and got himself booked. And Luke Shaw deserves to get booked. Maguire deserves to get booked. The whole team is not passing. The whole team is not managing the game. And both goals come from the fact that we got lucky on both goals. Well, no, we didn't get lucky. They were well taken, but they weren't created. Where are the chances that we've created in that half? I mean, where are the chances that we've actually created? There's not enough being created into this team. Hi, Mark. Rasmus is a legend. Would the United Stand like to sponsor my ball team? We're based in Manchester, Missouri. Thank you, Nelson. Bruno is rotten, losing the ball and making nonsense passes, says Lee. Mark, I've watched for years now. I support Arsenal and would love Rasmus at Arsenal. By the way, I messaged you regarding the valet from Ice Clean Man. Thank you, Joshua. Ashley Clark, thank you very much. That's the end of Shaw for me. Time to ship him on, says Juna. Malacia couldn't come back sooner. Where is he, Hazard? Ten Hag can't get a break, says Glenn. And who's better right now, Arsenal or Liverpool, says Lana. Don't really care. Should have kept Reguilon till the end of the season. 100% psychic. We should have done. Why is McTominay called Scooby-Doo, says Alexandru. Someone let him know. This is why I never get to... I've done that one. Thank you very much. Why did we buy Amrabat, says Lucas. We loaned him. We really need to take Casemiro off before he gets sent off. Also, Bruno's been dreadful, says Jack. I just want to see the goal here for Luton. I really didn't see the goal. So I just want to see the goal for Luton when they show it. But their wing-backs are providing width, pulling our full-backs wider, and Chong is staying in the pocket with Mainu not tracking him. Ten Hag should adapt, says Aditya. And I'm Eric Ten Hag in, says Jeffrey, but today, Eric Ten Hag and Bruno suck at in-game management. It's a damn pattern, game after game. More of evidence of why Rashford needs to go, says Scott. And Chris says, we're slowly crumbling. Rashford and Garnacho need to look up instead of just creating chances for themselves, says Chris. Bruno's been anonymous and he's in shocking form, says Kian. And Ericsson and McTominay on, says Moo. There doesn't seem to be any leaders in the team, says Darren. There we go. Yeah, would you make any changes at half-time? Look, I actually do agree that you could look to take Casemiro off for Amrabat. It's a massive risk to do that because Casemiro was brilliant against Aston Villa in the second half. But in a game like this, he's only got to miss time one tackle and he's gone and you're down to 10 men. So there is it's a big call. I'm not going to blame Ten Hag if Casemiro gets sent off because it's a big call. You could keep him on. You could take him off. You could say the same for Harry Maguire, though. Harry Maguire's on a yellow card, and they're spinning him a lot. Luke Shaw was the other yellow card. He's come off. Look, we're never going to sub Bruno Fernandes. It's just not going to happen. But what I would consider as well, it might be a little bit out the box. What I would consider in the... here we go. Here's the Luton goal. So it comes from a bad pass by Bruno. Chong. Cross. deflection. Yeah, I mean, there's an element of luck to this goal. There's an element of luck. It deflects up off Harry Maguire. Luke Shaw can't react. And Onana... On another day, I think Onana could save this. I don't know whether I'd say he should save it. What I would say is I think the defender, the attacker Morris, has done very well. Because I'd have put him second favourite to that. But, yeah, we can't keep clean sheets anyway. Yeah. Thoughts on Casemiro going into next season, says Noah. I mean, Casemiro's performance today, it's the same as last week. People were like, I really do think in this fan base, you can pick up on agenda really easily. Like, it was Delo up until a couple of weeks ago. It's been Casemiro all season. I genuinely don't think people understand the role that Casemiro is doing in the team and the fact that we've won 3 Premier League games in a row since he came back. Like, I understand it. Football Twitter, TikTok, you know, the way football is analysed now is very recency bias, and it's very much, oh, look at this bad pass, look at this bad pass. But they play for 90 minutes. A lot of things go on off the ball that you're not aware of. It's not a coincidence that United have won their last 3 Premier League games since Casemiro came back. He's absolutely important to that team, and that's probably why he won't take him off at half-time. And he was superb against Aston Villa in the second half. But people just think he's on a yellow card, he's misplaced a few passes, he's having a shit game. We've won 3 games in the Premier League because he's back. There is no need to look at Casemiro and be like fucking Gabby Bongrahor and say his legs are gone. His legs haven't gone. The problem with Casemiro is the same problem he had at Real Madrid. He's always been aggressive. But in La Liga, I don't think he ever got sent off. But he was playing for Real Madrid. And in La Liga, ask any other team that's not Real Madrid or Barcelona, they'll say the referees help him out. And in the Premier League, he hasn't got that relationship with the referees, and he doesn't play for Real Madrid. He gets yellow cards that he would have got all of his career. He always gets a yellow card. He's an aggressive player. I don't think it's because he's not mistiming tackles because he's lost a yard of pace. He's just an aggressive player. He leaves his foot in. He always has done that. But in the Premier League, it's a problem. Of course it is. Can you call my cousin Julian a prat, says Raphael. And Happy Hour Network says, I see the vision these past few weeks. I think an informed Mount fits in to the team instead of Bruno, says Happy Hour Network. Rashford is not contributing with passes to Højlund, says Christian. Bruno is absolutely abysmal, says Sal from Yang. It's not just one game, it's been several. A few good counter-attacking opportunities is not enough. Both goals came off mistakes. We aren't creating anything, says Daryl. What the heck is Bruno doing, says Prakash. We need to recall Alvaro. Why does Ten Hag not like him? Ahmad on for Bruno. He's been awful, says Noah. I don't care how long as we win. Hello from Texas, says Mario. Winning today is absolutely essential. Of course we want to play well, but we've just got to win. We're missing Martinez. We're bad without him, says Joshua. Tim Howard is such a hater, talking shite every game about United. Infuriates me. We're still a joke to the pundits, says Stuart Walker. Shaw's got to go, says Zuteng. I'm tired of his fitness. He's unreliable. Why can we only play for 15 minutes, then become second to every ball and struggle to keep the ball, says Andrew Brooks. Could you say hi, Bartek? You've got no ball knowledge, says Aji. Yeah, I think that Bruno better with his mouth than his feet, says Patrick. And United's injury list is a problem, says user 23566. Bruno is fine and we will win today, says Hobby Report. Look, I don't think that Bruno Fernandes is going to get taken off anytime soon, but we do the player ratings at the end of every game. We'll put it out on the website in the second half. You mark every player out of 10, 6 is the average. You know the rules. And big up the player ratings. 6 is the average. And over recent weeks, we've seen people like Maguire and Varane getting 7s and 7.5s. We've seen Rasmus going above 8s, and same with Mainu. Over recent weeks, Bruno has topped out at about 6.5. In fact, sometimes he's been 6. So even as a fan of Bruno, he isn't playing well. Like, nobody can tell me that. Over recent weeks, when the results have got better, he's not playing well. He's playing average. Bruno Fernandes should not be playing average for Manchester United. So I don't know what the problem is, but he is not in form at the moment. It's real. It's a real topic of conversation. For the last few weeks, when the team has been doing well, he's been playing average. Now, if he played average against Wolves, but he was brilliant against Villa, that's fine. That's just form. But he's playing very average at the moment. Why? What's happened to Bruno? I don't know. It's a fair point. I don't really have anything to say beyond that. I can acknowledge it. It's a fair assessment. We need Eriksen badly in this game, says Alif. It might be I don't know. I think the game might be a bit quick for Eriksen, to be honest with you. It's quick out there. I think Amrabat might be more useful. Missed the first half. Could you summarise it? Says Bashed Up Potato. In summary, United started off like a rampant rabbit. They were 2-0 up, but like a rampant rabbit, once it's done its job, we ran out of energy and ideas. And simply, that's what happened. 2-0 up, ran out of energy, ran out of ideas, stopped keeping things simple, stopped creating and pressuring, and have let them back into the game. So Scott McTominay and Johnny Evans are coming on here, which means he must be taking off Maguire and Casemiro. Wow. Big subs. You asked for them. You asked for them. McTominay and Evans on at half-time. Is it injuries? Is it tactical? Is it performance-based? Wow. Wow. Well, you wanted it. If Ten Hag wants to play a possession-based system, he really needs to teach these players how to retain possession. Bruno is just so bad at doing the simple things right. Says Parrell. I've done that. Thank you very much. Hopefully United can benefit from half-time because the last 25 to 30 minutes of the first half was all over the place, says Emily Derry. Refs are trash in the Premier League, says Kareem. I would imagine McTominay's on for Casemiro. And I would imagine that Evans is on for Maguire. And I would imagine it's to do with them both being on yellow cards. I don't think Casemiro should have been sent off, by the way. I think it would have been ridiculously harsh to give him a yellow card for 2 tackles. I think it would have been stupid. But that's just my thought on that. Yeah, so Johnny Evans is on for Maguire, which could be injury related, and McTominay is on for Casemiro, which I think many of you would have expected. I've just lost my live chat on YouTube here. I'll be back with you in a minute. But what we don't want, I'll give you a tactical assessment here. We don't want to see Scott McTominay getting ahead of the ball, goal hanging off Rasmus. He's got to do the defensive yards. Unless Bruno's going to have to do it. Maybe Bruno will drop in next to Mainu. So Mainu's going to go back into the defensive role, of course, now. And McTominay will drop into the midfield. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved with the United Stands. We're live every morning at 10 o'clock, every night at 8 o'clock. Of course, we've got the match reaction for this, after this, and the fan forum as well. Lots to get involved in. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Would I have made any different substitutions? I wouldn't have took Maguire off unless he was injured. I mean, you can't bring any other centre-back on because Lindelof's already on. Johnny Evans will be reliable in a game like this, but I wouldn't have took Maguire off just because he was on a yellow card. Luke Shaw came off because he's been injured. The McTominay for Casemiro one, it's a risk. As I say, if he does it, you can't complain about it. If he doesn't do it, I wouldn't have complained about it because Casemiro is an important player for United. I don't like the idea of him not on the pitch because we've won 3 games with him on the pitch. So of course, we've only got 1 more sub to make. You can make 5 subs, but you can only do it in 3 So he's got to make a double substitution next time. Am I right with that? We've made 3 subs on 2 incidents. So you can only, we've only got 2 more left and we've got to use them at the same time. I think I'm right about that. I might be wrong, but I don't know. You're right, Mark. The chat are telling me you're right. Hello, Mark. I think I might have a better positioning than Onana at times, says Seb's goalkeeping. He needs to improve in that area, but he's improving slowly. Eric Ten Hag doesn't have a clue on how to play with this crop of players. Luton's got more shots and pass accuracy. No defect. Oh, hold on. Garnacho, get it out your feet and shoot. No, he's cut back. He tried to pass. Bruno. Deflection. McTominay. Get out of the fucking box, McTominay. We're not playing a front fucking 5. This is going to do us in. He can't do that. We can't have McTominay and fucking Bruno in the box. Bloody hell. They've been dominating us for the last half an hour. You've got to get back. Really disappointed with all the negativity that arises, even after having in mind the current situation. We stick to the manager, his decisions, and the club, says MS. Thank you, mate. You don't need a director of football and a structure to beat Luton. Oh, Delo. Bad touch. Ulius says, what's expected out of Ten Hag? It's hard to say at the moment, mate, because the season was being written off only a few weeks ago. Casemiro and Mainu both want to be holding midfielder, individually great players, but don't work together. They do work together, mate. We've just won 3 games in a row. Come on, have a think, Sudden. Eric Ten Hag talked about being patient and keeping going after we take the lead. We keep doing the same mistakes, says Kizza. And midfield issue, and it's because of Bruno. He needs to get involved in the middle, but that's never been his style. Surely we have better subs, says Ivankal. And Bruno is morally opposed to possession football, says Moo. And Nick P says, Bruno's been average, but he's not been absolutely terrible. Sometimes I think people are watching Bruno Cam and are ready with the super chats, says Nick P. Paulson said he has been terrible, and you know the rules. And is it possible we may need a captain change, says Angle. Andrew Brooks says Bruno needs to get a grip of the midfield. Well, it's very, very clear from a lot of you that you feel that Bruno's the issue here. So, look, McTominay needs to get back in this game. He can't be wandering up front for the glory. I completely agree that McTominay has scored a lot of good goals for us, and we do need another goal from him. But he's got to put the performance in defensively as well. Thanks for the follow, Dinky and Chelsea Edits. An Arsenal fan. Appreciate it. Good turn by Delo. Next goal could be massive. The thing about McTominay is I don't think it helps Rasmus. He does wander around Rasmus a lot because McTominay's good in the box. Wouldn't it be better to put Bruno at 8 and move McTominay up to Cam, says Alec? Well, I don't think there's anything about McTominay's game that's playing as a 6. The tactical clash between fullbacks and wingbacks will lead to many corners. Sad to see Brickhead be subbed, especially if it's because of injury, says Melker. He's got to be injured. Maguire's got to be injured. I just don't think you'd take him off for a yellow card. Midfielder, I understand it. There's a lot more going on. But as a centre-back, if you're on a yellow card, you can avoid a second yellow card. It's easier to avoid a second yellow card as a centre-back. Well across Johnny Evans. Oh, referee gets in the way. McTominay, pass it. Where's the pass, though? There's no... yeah, because it's Lindelof. I've just got to read this tweet. I'm just looking on Twitter, and I don't know because I don't listen to it. But the cross comes in. Chong heads it over the bar. This is from at @Czar_Red Issue. Gary Neville actually sounded depressed with United taking the lead, and then gleefully responded to a Luton goal. What the fuck is wrong with that Dragon's Den reject? I don't know. I just read it. I don't know. You might be listening to it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But I'm actually on Twitter at the moment, and it's just full of United fans being negative about the way we play. 4 games. Could be looking at 4 wins in a row, which is very, very hard to do in this league. Yeah, I don't know. I need a Hoyland hat-trick, says Alex. I just need a Man United win. Thanks for the follow, Richie. Thomas Dyson says, anyone else feeling the same as they did for Copenhagen and Galatasaray away? We've got a foot on the ball and slow it down, says Thomas. And Mech says, apparently a half-time sub is a free sub, so we've still got 2 separate slots left. Shalom, thank you very much for the follow. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, you'll be able to see the live stats and the score. But please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're only 200 away from 823,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the follows as well. Harry Styles is at this game. I presume he supports Luton. Is Harry Styles a Luton fan? Or is he a United fan? I think he's a Luton fan. Cross comes in. Good block by Johnny Evans. He's come in and he's got involved. Yeah, he supports Luton, says Messi. It's his boyhood club, says Unknown123. Luton are getting up for this now. United need to bloody switch on. Cross comes in. I'd change one of the wingers. Well, I would have changed one of the wingers because I think in a game like this, we're not keeping the ball. And Garnacho and Rashford are very different but very similar in the way that they play sometimes. And I think if you bring on Anthony, he's very similar to Garnacho and Rashford in the way that he wants to play. So I'd change one of the wingers. I'd get Ahmad on, who will naturally slow the game down a bit. Didn't you have Rasmus for Goldbridge, Mark? Says Ronnie. I think I probably did, you know. Darry says Garnacho's passing's not been very good. He's given the ball away so much and caused multiple attacks to break down. Him and everybody else, though, mate. Milverton Richards, hope you're doing well. The great football minds being assembled upstairs won't sit back and accept this garbage football, says Milverton. Anyone else? We've done that one. How is that not a second yellow card for Luton for dissent, says Thomas. Thank you very much. Half-time doesn't count as a window. Good header away by Varane. Him and Johnny Evans are going to be very important in this game now. McTominay is United's best player, and yet people disrespect him. He's the highest scorer. Should no disrespect. He's better as an attacking midfielder, says Trub. I don't think anybody's disrespecting Scott McTominay. He scored a winner last week, mate. I don't know. I think you're stuck in the past, man. This is depressing to see us being overrun and dominated by Luton. Yeah, I'm gonna get the stats carousel rolling here because it's depressing to look at that possession stat. Don't forget, OneFootball sponsor our stats. If you want to check out the individual stats of players, you can do that on the app. Download it for free on Apple and Android. Links in the description, or scan the QR code. Big shout out to OneFootball. Get all your latest breaking football news as well. Chong has just skipped past Garnacho. United just need to be bloody careful here. It's got Aston Villa all over this. We were a goal in front against Aston Villa, and it was just inevitable at some point that they were going to score. Lovely play here. We've got He's got to play Garnacho in. He's got to play Garnacho in. Rashford. Good save. Still think it was a bit greedy, though. It was a good save, but I still think he should be passing there. If it goes in, it's amazing, but it's so predictable, isn't it? If it needs to work, otherwise you'll go, I think you should have passed. But I'd happily take that. Bruno and Scooby don't work. No positional sense, says Dave. To be fair to Rashford, though, I mean, is that not the only way we're going to score in a game like this? You can say he's got a pass, and, you know, maybe we're right. But good play by McTominay into Rasmus. He's got to play that to Rashford. He's got to pass now. Into Bruno. Oh, doesn't get hold of it again. When was the last time Bruno got hold of a shot on the edge of the box? But yeah, going back to that shot by Rashford, if that goes in, we're 3-1 up. We're probably well on the way to 3 points. It's not like we say he should pass, and maybe he's a contributor to why we should pass, but it's not like we create chance after chance after chance, is it? It's probably going to take a moment of individualism from a Rashford or a Garnacho to win it. Eric Ten Hag needs to decide what team he wants. He talks about control, but that brings on McTominay and makes the midfield even more unstable. So many contradictions, says Andrew. Andrew, I don't think we're looking to get control of the game. I think it's a theory that most of us have, that we should get control of the game. I don't think he's looking for control of the game. I think Ten Hag knows this game is fast and furious, and he's happy to play that game fast and furious. I don't think he's looking to get control of the game. I know a lot of us are saying we should slow it down and get control of the game, but I don't think he's asking them to do it at all. I think he knows the game is fast, and I think he thinks that his team can outscore Luton on the break, and I think that's what we're trying to do. You don't have to agree with it. I don't agree with it, but I don't think we should be thinking he's trying to get hold of the game. He's not trying to get hold of the game. In a possession sense, he's not trying to get hold of the game and slow it down. He's trying to score another goal. Eric, so yeah, we're being dominated by Luton. Make it make sense, says Daryl. What, the same Luton that beat Newcastle, the same Luton that drew with Liverpool, the same Luton that only lost narrowly to Man City? Come on, let's be fair. It's only Luton when it's Man United, isn't it? They're not a bad team. We should be beating them, but they're not a bad team. I think there's an inevitability to a Luton goal, though. Good tackle, Johnny Evans. I tell you what, Evans has come on and played really well. Rasmus, lovely turn, lovely ball. And Bruno, dink him, dink him, dink him. Oh, he's fucking missed it. He's gone round the keeper. And he should have dinked him. He should have dinked him. Should have dinked him first time. He's tried to round him and he ain't got the pace. Bruno's never going to have the pace when the centre-back's running alongside him. He needed to get some air on that ball. He had 3 opportunities. He could have dinked him the first time. He could have dinked him after the first touch, and he could have dinked the defender. Just not having the season at the moment, is he, Bruno, unfortunately. But this is promising for United. Every top coach controls the game, says Sam. We are being... okay, thank you very much for that. Thanks for the follow, Lab and Dion. Appreciate that. It's exhausting. I tell you what, it's exciting during the week, but it's exhausting. United are exhausting, aren't they? Apple user, thanks for the follow as well. Corner to United. Phil Lomas says we're already beating them, Mark. You know what I mean. You know the rules. You know what I mean. I don't think this game ends with Luton only scoring 1 goal. If we want to win this game, we're going to need another goal. Dawid makes a great point about Bruno, though. He doesn't give up, does he? He'll keep on going. Yep. Did we ever get... Did we ever get any feedback on Maguire? I presume Casemiro was tactical, but did we get any feedback on what happened with Maguire? Corner here. I'd love a Johnny Evans goal. Garnacho should have hit it first time. Why did you take a touch, mate? It was a lovely corner. He's on the edge of the box. Should have hit it. Look, he should have hit that. Bang. It was there to be hit and he took a touch. Isn't the problem we should control these games when we are where we are going to build for the future if we cannot get on top of Luton? Survival, I suppose, says Andrew. I'm tired of watching this game, says Lindsay. Yeah, I think Johnny Evans has been absolutely flawless since he came on, you know. Blood pressure's high, says Andrew. Who else would be captain, says NZ? Varane. Constantine says, what do you think Sir Alex would do with this team? And Ethan says, Bruno just seems like a player to fill in the spaces of recent. He really doesn't create anything. Look, I want to see United playing good football, of course I do. But I do think that the standards that we expect of this football club will always demand more, and that's a positive. But let's not forget, it was only 3 weeks ago that, you know, people were talking about how shit we'd been this season, and now suddenly we've won 3 Premier League games in a row, and people are talking about we've got to control games. I do think it's somewhat unrealistic. I like the conversation. I like the standards being set that high, but you know, 3 weeks ago we're terrible. And we've had a terrible season. And now people are saying we need to control games. Like, we're still the same team. We've still got the same players. We haven't controlled games all season. I don't think that's going to happen this season. I think what we've got to do is try and build something. And it's not going to happen over 3 weeks. And you do that by... Why is there a foul there? What was that a foul? Delo won the ball. The hell is this referee doing? What's he giving a foul for there? Delo won the fucking ball. Oh, he's playing advantage apparently, says Jamie. All right. Do a poll. Would you sell Bruno based on this situation, says Spencer? Hi Mark, how are we playing, says Ryan. I'm worried because I think if Luton score, it might not end in a draw. The next goal's massive. It's another corner here. David says, Rasmus hold-up play has been essential for recent attacks. Bruno's bound to take a chance eventually, says David. Arsenal fan says, who are your preferred signings in the summer? Mate, honestly, I'm not being rude. I just don't really care. You know, we've given ourselves something to play for this season, and that's all I'm invested in. I predict it's going to be a very big summer for Manchester United, but there's so much as well. I mean, people talk about selling Rashford, selling Bruno, but you know, people talk about selling Casemiro and Varane and Maguire and McTominay and Wan-Bissaka and Eriksen. You know, there's so and Sancho and Greenwood and Anthony. Like, there's so many players that could come and go in the summer that I'm not really giving it much thought at the moment. I want us to keep winning. And with Spurs losing yesterday, look, you talk about signing players in the summer. We'll be able to sign better players in the summer and more players in the summer if we get Champions League football. So talking about the summer, games like this dictate what we do in the summer, because Spurs shouldn't be losing at home to Wolves, but they did. So you've got to take advantage of it, and you've got to win this game. Here's Luton. Oh, come on. Bruno's there. Right, Rashford, have a look. This has got to be a goal. Garnacho through one-on-one. This has to be a goal. It's a great ball by Rashford. Round the keeper. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. We've had 2 one-on-ones. We've 2 one-on-ones. What a ball by Rashford, by the way. You know what? You can talk about fucking Luton and all this, that, and the other, but for God's sake, we've had 2 one-on-ones. It's a lovely ball by Rashford. We're trying to walk it in the net. Bang. Pass it. Look, you've had your chance here, Garnacho. This is where you've got to pass it. It's not about you anymore. He should be passing that. When you're round the keeper and there's defenders back, you've got to pass it to someone else. Lovely pass by Rashford, but you've got to score there. But look, that's 2 one-on-ones we've had. Surely there'll be another one. Do you think McTominay's similar to Fellaini, says Emil? No. We've always had high standards at this club, but these players over the last decade haven't been able to match them, says Connor. Thanks for the follow, Daniel. They've just made a double substitution here, Luton. So double fresh legs. I think Ten Hag has got to be looking at attacking changes in the last 20 minutes here. You know, I stand by it. We've got to take one of your wingers off. I presume it'll probably be Garnacho for Anthony. Come on. Come on. Second balls. Got to work hard. Good shape from United. Look at everyone behind the ball. Narrow. Forcing them wide. Garnacho's just thinking about his next Ronaldo celebration, says Duma. Can't miss 2 open goals. Overthinking both, says Mankin Chicago. I think regardless of Luton's momentum, we've had the better chances in the second half. There's no doubt about that. You can't be missing 2 one-on-ones like that. You can almost hear Ten Hag at the end of the game, can't you? And he'd be right. Kanye says, bring on Ahmad. He knows this team from last season. Good feet there. I'll tell you what, though. So far, I think Lindelof looked very shaky against Aston Villa. When Luke Shaw went off for Lindelof to come on at left back, I was concerned, but he's actually done all right. Nice ball there by Bruno. This is better. This is much better. Lovely ball out to Rashford. Right, let's have a look for the pass. Free kick. Yellow card. Joe Wright says, Garnacho better than Saka. Laughable, says Joe. Who said that? I don't think anybody said it. I mean, I don't mind. I've not heard anyone ever say that, so I don't know what that's all about. Dave says, honestly, if we win the Champions League, I see Delo in that team. Mantro says, why is Townsend getting... I mean, to be fair, Andros Townsend's only just come on and he's been booked. I don't think that was a booking. I think the referee's been quite consistent with his shit yellow cards, though, in this game. It's a Man United free kick. It's 2-1. And palmed away by the goalkeeper. Here's Rashford. Shoot! Yes, shoot. No, not now. Not now. Good pass. Garnacho. Into Mainu. Lays it back to Garnacho. The pass maybe. Oh, and again, it's a shot. Look, I think he should pass this here. He's got Bruno and Højlund. Watch the movement. Watch Rasmus. Maybe he should shoot, actually. Let's not lie, Mark. United fans with their delusions, says Joe Wright. Glazers out. Eric Ten Hag out. Love Manchester United. Hate the Glazers and Eric Ten Hag, says Amir. Could be looking at 4 wins in a row in the Premier League, and we've got people saying Ten Hag out, and we're winning the game as well. Weird, weird. Some people are just very weird. Foul by Varane. 57 possession against 17th place. Shouldn't we have more, says Constantine. Mate, I said before the game, I said it in the preview, I don't really give a shit about the performance. It's the win today. I'm somewhat surprised that suddenly there are fans in our fan base demanding that we play like Man City when we haven't done it all season, and we clearly haven't got the players to do it. But suddenly, because we're winning games, we've now got to win games playing, you know, total football. I don't know where I don't set those standards, and I don't know where they've come from. Apparently now we've got to play total football as well as winning games. It's amazing how standards can change in the space of 3 weeks. And really, it's just people who want the manager out. They're trying to find different ways to get the manager under pressure. So first of all, we're losing games, let's get rid of him. Now we're winning games. Oh no, we've got to play better football as well. Yeah, Rome's not going to get built in a day, mate. I'm going to put the player ratings link in the video description. It might be a little bit early for you to do it because there's still 15 minutes, but it's going to be there anyway. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. You might want to get started on some of them. I tell you what, this game has absolutely knackered me out. I think the scoring 2 goals early on and then it becoming a game has just made it very, very emotionally exhausting. Matt says, how can Mark be such a moron? We are playing Luton. I'm not asking for total football. I'm asking for a coherent winning plan against Luton. Matt, how can you be such a moron? Luton beat Newcastle at home a few weeks ago. They beat Brighton 4-0. What? Where do you think Luton came from? Do you think they fell off a fucking Christmas tree? I'm a moron, and yet I know more about football than you and what the Premier League is. Wake the fuck up. Come on. Luton aren't a team that are getting battered every week. They literally beat Brighton 4-0 the other week at home. Like, I said this in the preview. The worst thing we can do as United fans is come into this game and start going, it's only Luton. Like, they were always going to be a difficult team. The fact that we went 2-0 up in no time was very, very, very good. How's he giving a free? What the fuck is this referee on? This ref needs sacking. He's absolute shit. That's a brilliant tackle by Mainu, and he books him for it. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. It's a perfect tackle. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. People saying, oh, he got him with the other leg. Mate, it's football. It's a contact sport. Are we just going to ban tackling now? Absolutely incredible. Just people moaning about Luton's possession, by the way. They had 45% possession away at St James's Park, where they drew 4-4. Against Luton at home, they had 40% possession. And Brighton are a possession-based team. And they won 4-0. Against Chelsea at home, they had 50% possession. So you know, if you're gonna moan about stuff, maybe do some fucking homework as well, because Luton are not a team that sit and have 20% possession. And for some reason, people seem to think Luton are a team that has hardly any possession. Ten Hag out has already made up their mind. Doesn't matter how we play in their mind. He's already gone, says Kaz. Well, I wish they'd fuck off. They act like... There you go. Oh. One minute. What can I go in? Oh, come on. I still don't think... I don't think 2-1's going to be enough. I think if this is 2-1... Rashford should have passed that first time. It's into Garnacho. It's got to go to the back post. Rasmus for the hat-trick. Oh, keeper with the save. He just couldn't shake off the defender there. That keeper's actually had a good game, hasn't he? Refs are bad and the players haven't adapted to the fact that the players are soft now, says Brian. Ollie was Moments FC. Now performance doesn't matter, says Craig. Mate, if you want the manager out, go fill your boots. Matt says, I love you and Ten Hag, but this is Luton. I don't care who they beat. You need to occasionally admit you're wrong. This possession is unacceptable and only the coaching can... But I'm not wrong, mate. I'm not wrong. And I'm not having this argument with you because you're not bloody listening. You're acting like everybody who plays Brighton has 70% possession. Brighton had 45% possession away from home at St James's Park. Just admit you want the manager to go and stop talking shit about how this shit team that's got no Martinez, no Casemiro, no Luke Shaw, like the three players that have really helped us in the last few games, none of them are on the pitch, and suddenly you're expecting us to play like Manchester City against the team that this season isn't a team that gives up possession well. If you don't want to do your homework on what Luton are, then that's up to you. But you just, you know, we should be better than this as a fan base. We should actually be behind the team hoping we're going to hold on and win this game of football, because it's rivals who talk about stuff like it's only Luton. It's not my fault. I do a podcast, Goldbridge Saves Football, where I talk about general football, and I watch general football, and I was under no illusion. My score prediction is actually 2-1 to United. I said it'd be a tight game. I don't know why people think that we're going to come here and win 4-0 when nobody's done that in the Premier League yet. But Man United, the team that are 6th in the league, we're going to come and do what Man City, Liverpool and Arsenal haven't done. Arsenal won 4-3. Liverpool drew 1-1. Newcastle lost 1-0. Brighton got beat 4-0. I can't remember the Man City score. But people think we're going to come here and win 6-0. Like, grow the fuck up. As much as you want to big up Luton, check their place in the table. No, Danny, thank you very much for the super chat. I'll cash that. You're talking out your arse. They act like you didn't lose. What? I don't know what you're on about, Thomas. I just actually think there's a lot of people in this fan base who just want us to lose. And yeah, I might be, you know, rattled a little bit, but guess what? I support Man United. I want us to win games. I don't really care how we perform. I want to win. This season, to me, is not going to be about performance. This season is about rescuing something from the gutter. I don't expect Manchester United to start playing good football. I mean, for one, we don't have the centre-back that gets us through into the midfield anymore. He's injured again. We haven't got a left-back on the pitch. I think Casemiro going off, yellow card or not, makes us a very, very different team defensively. I still think our wingers are very, very selfish. So I don't see how you can build a team that plays good possession football with all those things that are going on. All I want as a United fan is United to win. But I think there's a lot of people in the fan base who listen to twats who actually just want the manager to get sacked. And for some reason, we still have this issue, even though we're glaring down the road of 4 Premier League wins in a row. There are still people that are obsessed with sacking the manager. For who? Who are you sacking him for, by the way? It's still the same boring conversation. Get him out. Sack the manager. We're not playing like Man City. For who? Who are you going to give the job to? Who's going to take the job? It's the same boring conversation. And people are saying, I'm backing the manager. I'm backing the team. I'm backing the players. I don't know what you lot are doing. It doesn't look like support to me. I don't know what it is, but it's not support. And it seems to be happening every fucking game. And I'm bored of it. I'm bored of United fans wanting us to lose, wanting Luton to score, because that's what it comes down to. I can tell it. I can read it in the chat. There's people in the chat who want Luton to score. And you might well get your way. You want us to lose. I don't get it. I don't know what's happened to some of our fans these days. It's not support. It's not support. You want Luton to win because you want to get proven right about a manager. I couldn't give a shit about getting proven. If David Moyes had won us the league, I wouldn't have given a shit. I never wanted him as manager, but if he wins the league, he does the job. That's what United should be doing. Eight minutes to go. Player ratings, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. God knows who man of the match is. Could be decided in the next 8 minutes. I just can't see it finishing 2-1. I think there's another goal in this game. I predicted 2-1, but I don't see it. Johnny Evans could be man of the match, actually. Rasmus looks knackered. I'm surprised he hasn't made any more subs in the second half. I suppose it's an experience thing, maybe. That's going for a corner. Adamola, thank you very much for your super chat. Brian says, on a positive, we are starting to pass the ball more crisply the last few games. Amar says, it's absolute bollocks that they're going to ban tackling. It's a total myth. Football is a sport, not Twitter, says Amir. There's no such thing as an easy game in the Premier League, says Bov. Mainu's been classed today, says Darian. Luton have shown several times this season, headed away by Johnny Evans again, that they won't be steamrolled over. We were never going to dominate with the squad we have right now, says Emily Derry. Let's see what happens with this attack. Cross comes in. Headed away by Bruno. We need an out ball. It's Garnacho. Come on. It's got to go wide. Oh, it doesn't get it out his feet to Rashford. Mainu, man of the match. You missed my super chat earlier, says Vitor. Mark, I hear you on Luton being a good side and on the possession, but you still get the feeling we should bang another one in on current form, says Constantine. Mate, if we don't win this game, there'll be a lot of moaning. Of course there will. But if we don't win this game, how much of the responsibility goes down to missing 2 one-on-ones now? Like, what have Luton done second half to get an equaliser? Nothing. Nothing. Luton haven't created a clear-cut chance in this game. Their first goal was a deflected header. They haven't had the big chances. We've had 9 shots on target in the second half. They've had 4. I don't think they've had a shot on target in the second half. We've had 2 one-on-ones. We should have won this game. Mainu, Rasmus or Evans for man of the match, says Mello. They just want us to win the way they want, says Kaz. I think somebody's just shat out the worst comment of the year. Let me just read it. With where we are at the moment, I don't care about performance. I just want to win and for Rasmus to be given service, says John. Rory, thank you very much for your sticker there. Amir says, at this point, we should bring back Sir Alex Ferguson. Man United were unstoppable when he was managers. Okay, yeah. I did read it. Lindelof got a yellow for kicking the air. Dog shit referee, says Delta. He's terrible. I can't remember his name, but he is shit. Johnny Evans clears it. Oh, God. I just want a goal on the break. Go on, Rashi. That's got to be a foul. Yeah, book him. He's going to book him as well. He's just booking everyone. Oh, God. I can't believe how many people have been booked in this game. Everything's a foul. Everything's a foul. Yeah, links in the video description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. David Coote is the referee, says Reptile Love. Thank you very much. We've missed so many chances second half. Look, if we don't win this game, I'll be absolutely gutted because we have been a bit shaky. Luton have given a good account of themselves, but tell me the big chances Luton have missed. Oh, you know, they haven't. We've had the big chances, especially in the second half. That Bruno and Garnacho one-on-one, one of them should score that. Here we go, Bruno. Come on, please. Oh, he's hit it fucking wide. Another big chance. Another big chance goes begging. You do wonder, actually, whether these big chances are just going to come back and kill us, you know. Oh, God. Just one of those chances to go in. That's all we ask for. And the fact that Luton haven't had a big chance second half terrifies me because at some point they're going to get one, aren't they? Here comes the cross. Johnny Evans again. What a performance. He's my man of the match. If we win this game, it's Johnny Evans. I'm not fucking about. Here's Garnacho. Not a good cross. Oh, God. Mark, you're spot on. We sacked Ten Hag and we'll be here again in the future. Luton had 34% possession versus City and 52 against Chelsea. Back Ten Hag, says Mabeen. Mr. Rashi says some United fans would rather us crash than score. I am Jekka says criticising Ten Hag doesn't necessarily mean you want him out. Bielsa, I love Bielsa for Uruguay, but not all his decisions. You don't have to get defensive, says Jack. I'll get how I want to get, mate, because I'm tired of it. And maybe for some people it's unfair criticism, but I've said this for the last few weeks. I can't believe some reaction, and it's not just in here; it's on social media as well. We've won 3 Premier League games in a row, and we're 1 minute. We should have won this game. If we don't win it, it's our own. It's our finishing. It's not the way that we've played, and. Hardly anybody in the Premier League at the moment is winning 3 or 4 games in a row. And yet, it's not good enough for some people. I don't get what that is. It's not support. Mark, you're a top fella. Love your content. Fan needs to support the manager and team needs stop slating them. Keep up the excellent work. Says Adrian. Thank you very much. Some people say get Alonso, but they forget he's an ex-Liverpool player. Yeah, Jack, we're not getting Alonso. I mean, that's just the state of some people's football knowledge. Well done, Amrabat. What the fuck is Garnacho doing there? He just looks. I don't know what he's doing there. Just boots it out for a throw in deep in there in our half. 4 minutes. Underrated Rashi is class. Created so many chances, says Dave. Eric Ten Hag stays. McLaren out, says Stephen. I'm sure I heard something about Darren Fletcher losing his job. I mean, look, I don't know whether McLaren's good enough, but I think Ten Hag likes him, so. Rashford's just jogging after him there. He should be putting a bloody tackle in, mate. Well done, Amrabat there. I thought he'd been spun. Mythic says, I love your content, Mark. My favourite analogy is wake up and smell the coffee. Bayern are losing again. The Kane curses, Taylor. Look, it's a corner here for Luton. All I would say is, Johnny Evans, give him a free runway to go and head this. Because he's the only one I've got confidence on winning it. I think Delo won it. They're still here. They're still here. Another corner. Fucking hell. We're giving up a lot of corners here. I'll tell you what, this just feels like it's got a sting in the tail, doesn't it? It just feels like in the match reaction, we're going to be really lamenting those 2 one-on-ones. If I know football like I think I know football, this is not set up to be a late... This is only... Yeah, we're going to... I can just see it. Evans again, you bastard. Get in. Wins the header. Garnacho. Where's he going? He's got to look for somebody. Where's he going to go? Into Bruno. Garnacho. Cross it. Corner. We need a refereeing system, rating system, sustained to... No, we don't. A win is a win. I'll take anything, says 100th. We don't need a refereeing system at all. Because that just gives them the credit they don't bloody deserve. Thanks everyone who's given us a follow, like Harry Brown as well. We've still got a minute and a half to go here. This is a massive win for United if we get it, you know, especially in the circumstances. Here's Bruno. Where's he going to go? It's just, should we have kept the ball in the corner there? Am I old school, or should we have kept the ball in the fucking corner there? Hello? Should we have kept the ball? We should have kept the ball in the corner then. There's only a minute and a half to go. Jack Glancy says Evans our scores. Why have we not put the ball in the corner there? Another corner. Absolutely got no idea when we've had a corner with a minute and a half to go. We haven't just kept the ball in the corner. Another corner for Luton. Oh, motherfucker. Onto the bar from Ross Barkley. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. There's only 10 seconds to go. Ten Hag outers are crying. I wanted Luton to score. I want to be right. I don't want United to win 4 games in a row because even though I'm a United fan, I don't want us to win. I want Ten Hag to fail. You still might get your own way. I've gone too soon. I've gone too soon, haven't I? Ref, you've had 94.5 minutes. I've not gone too soon. Get in. Get in. Get in. A big win for Manchester United. 3 points behind Spurs. We're in a top 4 race here. Manchester United win. It's not been pretty. It should have been more than that. But United win 2-1 against Luton. The tears roll down the faces of the so-called United fans who just want to see the manager sacked. But that's 4 wins in a row for Manchester United. Fulham at home next week. It could be a perfect February. It could be a perfect 5. Give me some skin. That's what we're looking for next week. Spot on prediction as well. I did say 2-1. Take a deep breath. And I tell you what, match reactions coming in straight after this. Do your player ratings, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I thought Johnny Evans was colossal. Colossal. Absolutely colossal. Xander says, come on, I love you, Mark. I tell you what, that's 4 wins in a row. And we've still got miserable twats in our fan base who want us to lose games. I can't speak. I can't get my head around this mentality of the modern football fan. Apparently Arsenal have some with Arteta as well. They make their mind up on a manager and then they want their team to lose so that they're right. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's incredible. You know, it's like jumping into a pool and drowning because you can't be asked to swim. What's going on? I don't know. Anyway, player ratings, match reactions coming up next. I'll speak to you on that. Get in. Harry Styles, One Direction, you're going down. Speak to you later on the match reaction in a minute.